doing? With some transitional reading, I suppose. Why do you say that? Because we're in the middle of day and night. Day and night. What day is it? That's what I mean. It's like after midnight, so it's Sunday, but it's still not. We're not in the Sunday energy because I still have cards left over from yesterday. Is it yesterday? 12 minutes ago, it was yesterday. Funny how time works, isn't it? Try to tell you, the bullshit is not real. What's up, everybody? I am the hostess with the motherfucking mostess, the goddess of the moon under the full moon of Scorpio. I am the High Priestess Phoenix, your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, light worker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American symbol. I am your messenger of God, the first child of God. I am the Lilith incarnated. In order to keep up with me, you gotta see what I post in my community page. I went to Peacemaker. Really? I don't believe in coincidences. Every one of my movements are 1000% guided, and that's what you'll see in the cards. Why? Because I'm the Lilith reincarnated, and God has a very strong hold on me. People talk about being a chosen one. That's something I don't put in there. Earth angel, whatever, starseed. Oh, God. No, everything's ordained. This week, I was having an interaction with someone that might have led to something, you know what I mean, explosive. And I realized, I knew right away this was ordained by God. He doesn't let me talk to anyone. Like, he doesn't let anything happen unless it's supposed to happen. There's no coincidences, really. So he picks the right people. It had to be the right person to get me in that energy. Really, everybody, everything is completely ordained. Really? Yeah, just had to throw that out there. So we've turned to the Peacemaker on page 71. If anybody knows anything, those are my numbers: 711, 11, 17, 11, 17. They're attached to a couple of people as well as just, signifier to the universe. Those are my numbers. Really, somebody pulled my numbers. It's like a draft thing. Really, I got drafted. So what are we doing? I just need to get this off of my altar. Really? Yeah, I pulled these cards earlier, and then I went on to do 1 billion things. So we're gonna read the cards and see what it is. Basically, you could say I was psychic and I already pulled the freaking information, because by the time I pull the cards, it's nothing but confirmation to what I've already been through. But because I'm at a higher vibration, it'll come to you soon. Let's start with the first one, which is the Queen. Really? Yeah, this is somebody's awake. One of my twin flames is awake. Really? Yeah, I heard him tingling in my head. Get off my page. Get on my fucking energy. Pick up the phone like a man. Sorry, I hate that telepathic bullshit. Really? You want to send telepathic thoughts, bro? Get a fucking. Use your words. Sorry, I'd be irritated. Oh, God, I feel one of them. Really? How many twin flames do you have? 12 plus 2? I just kind of be pushing them all away. It doesn't matter. It's a collective energy that I put out. It's like, go away. Really? Would you get excited if you saw any one of them? I couldn't say. Maybe my soul would. My flesh should be like, ugh, it's you. Really? My flesh don't like them. No, not really. Where the fuck is this card? I went to Union and Truth. Oh shit. I saw Gabriel earlier. Gabriel be trying to bring me a dude. Really? Yeah, dudes be looking like ladies out here though. Why can't I find the Queen? Do I not know how to spell? That's always a possibility. Is it the? It's in alphabetical order with the? No, we got taboo. Hey, take it easy. I shared some shit about the energy exchange that happens during a sexual interaction. Since I'm just explosive of energy, I don't mind. And that's what I said too. I was like, I took in all his bunk ass energy. It took me like a week to alchemize that Bodiwak energy. I'm sure he was feeling amazing for the rest of his life. I found the Queen. The Queen makes all the moves. Who is the Queen? I am. I also got a download when I was doing my ceremony. I was sitting there watching the flames, and I just got this remembrance. Yes. Oh, it was so beautiful. You know, if there was a way to describe it in this life, is like I like everything creepy. Like Halloween is my favorite time of the fucking year. I like all things creepy. So I had this download of the Kingdom of Hell, which I guess is what you call it because I have to give it a name. But it's just the castle. And it was dark and filled with so many candles, and it was just beautiful. Really, fire. I love fire. Really? Oh man, it was beautiful. Anyways, past life integration. Let's go to the queen. Becoming the queen of your own life. Decisions are yours and yours alone. Discover your area of expertise and your unique wisdom. One is my area of expertise, shadow work. Made a big deal about that in the last two videos. I had told Wolfman off. I was like, enough. You can be all great things, but you can't be me. And I acknowledge that you are all great things, but you are not me, and you need to stop challenging me for my position because nobody wants to do this bullshit. Take it up with God. Nobody wants to be the fucking spiritual psychoanalyst. I see you, Carl Jung. Really? No, dream interpretations and working with your freaking. No. Do the cool stuff. Go talk to deities or whatever other people do. Really? Yeah, you don't want to do this shit. Do something cooler with your life. Really? People always want to be me. You don't even know what it takes. Discover your area of expertise and your unique wisdom. Your role in life may have recently become more challenging. Yeah, I took on the devil role. What does that mean? I even told this dude, God sent me this dude. I don't know what's up with this dude. Really? I don't know. He was using keywords like ego death and fucking all kinds of shit. Really? Yeah, but then he pulled his pants up and showed me his white legs. He was telling me he was Native American, and he pulled him up all the way up to his balls. I'm just being a little exaggeration, but he did. There's just a lot going on. Why? Because there's a story I never told anybody. You have a secret? Don't I? I'm the keeper of all secrets. I don't want to tell this whole long story. It's such a waste of my breath. Anyways, I seen this guy, but I had an awareness. I profiled this guy because someday, one morning, I was sitting outside. God, I got to tell the whole story. Why didn't you tell anyone this story? Because I was inviting people to my house, and I thought this would make them nervous if I told them this story. What's the story? Sit down, everyone. You're gonna love this. I'm sitting out there one morning with my dog, and this dude walks up to me. He's like, "Hey, you live here?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Have you seen this dude?" And he shows me a picture of this dude. And I was like, "No, but I kind of just moved in." He's like, "Well, this dude was harassing my daughter. He was up at her, this is a picture of her doorbell. He was at her door at 3 o'clock in the morning, knocking on it. And he took her decoration off her door and put it on his." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, if you got, if management doesn't handle it, I'm about to handle this." I was like, "No, you're not. No, you're not." Said, "I'm a witch. I'm the most powerful witch, so we'll make sure that we get it handled. But if he is a danger, we need him removed. We don't need you to just make it worse for us." Because she's not the only woman that's walking through these buildings. I was like, so I told him to come back at 10 and talk to the freaking management. So, anyways, there's this dude that walks around, and I don't know if it's him, but I've been like wrongfully profiling. I was like, I think that's that guy. The dude like tried to talk to me on a couple occasions, and he caught me today when I was gutting out my car. And he just kind of chattered, and then he came back later when I was saging my car. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna sage it after you clean it?" I was like, "Hell yeah." He's like, and then he starts telling me about his father was Native American, and that's why he was showing me his skin. He's like, "You see my arms?" And then he pulls his cargo pants up all the way to his hips to show me his white leg, and it just becomes awkward. And he starts talking about his mom was into, into the craft, but then she got into Jesus stuff. And he used a word like ego death, and he used a couple of different words that were key factors. So it was kind of interesting. Some weirdo, God brought some weirdo up to me. And then after I did everything, I had to go to the store, and it was like super late, dude. It was like 10 o'clock. And I'm like standing in line. There's so many people in the line at King Supers at 10 o'clock. This isn't, and I'm like, I'm just kind of looking at us all. I'm like, are we all just like weird people? Like we're the people of the night. We couldn't do daytime stuff. Or are you guys like me and you literally waited to the last minute and you don't got shit like you need it all? Or are you just bored? Do you have the munchies? Is this did you just get off of work? Really? I don't need to be going out nowhere. I'd be asking too many questions. People get annoyed with me in the DMs. It's that page of swords, bro. I got a million questions about the way you guys live your life and what the fuck are you thinking? I know what brings me here. Really? I put it off till the last minute. Really? I needed everything: eggs, fucking milk, fucking bread, fucking all the shit. Really? No, I just buy the kids box shit all the time. They get on my nerves with that shit. So they had all the fucking things, but I didn't have it. Then I got in there, and then I'm a whole child. I'm standing in the line, and I look over, and there's fucking chocolate milk, and I just bought a 2 gallon of milk. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna get that shit. I'm gonna get that shit, and I grab it, and this dude and his kid get in line behind me, and the kid wants it so bad, and the dude's like, no, and I'm like, dude, I couldn't even say no to my inner child. I came home, the kid's like, what is this? It's like chocolate milk. You need to drink some milk. I'll make you a cup. You didn't buy that for your kids? No, I didn't. They didn't milk. So we went chocolate. What kind of flavored milk do you want? Let me go milk Russ for you. Why buy the cow when you can milk the dude for free? Oh shit. Sorry, I'm having too much fun. Your role in life may have become more challenging. Yeah, it's not really. It's just a little alarming. It was suspenseful. It's like, oh, ouch. Really? I don't care. I mean, I'd have to, I mean, I already picked it up. I was picking up the vibes that I was scaring the shit out of this dude and pretty much everyone else. Couldn't really understand it. It wasn't making sense. Like, oh, yeah, I am the. I mean, I kept telling you I was the goddess of hell. Whatever. I don't even. Go on with whatever. What is this? A dormant woman is the cause of your misfortune. Who's that bitch? I wish a bitch would. Or your delight. With great power comes great responsibility. I told that earlier today. Really? Oh man, so responsible. All right, I bow to her of silver and gold, the queen of all spheres, the one who was foretold. It takes more than blood to be a queen, a crown of strength and wisdom, as well as the ruby, diamond, and aquamarine. Dang. Why? Because I've been wearing, we did a whole teaching on aquamarine, and that's what's over there. Really? The aquamarine turquoise. And they gave me all kinds of it. What is it? Safe to be seen with Archangel Gabriel, bro. That makes sense. Gabriel. You're like, how do you talk to them? They talk to us. You have to learn to read the codes. Really? They're called light codes. They're always talking. It's like pop ups. Everything is the universe is always sending you guidance and information. Just like I blow it off. I'm like, yeah, I see it. The numbers, the birds, the freaking songs, the radio, the this, the that. I'm like, I hear you. Really? Anyways, moving on. Do you have any rubies? No. Diamonds? No. But I do have my aquamarine. All right, Diana had many titles. Let me stop here. Really? You need to hear this part. Who is Aradia? Aradia is the child of Diana. She was the chosen starseed to go spread the word. The mythos of Aradia. As the sun was setting, no, this is for day. Shut up. It comes down from, here we go. From Diana she has always been, and Lucifer, the light bringer. For those that question why I brought Ross into this. Aradia became flesh and was born upon the earth as a maiden, her feet bare, her body naked, and her eyes moonstruck by the silver light of her mother, Diana. Aradia's first earthly thought was of love, and her second was of connection and all that is. These thoughts took form in Aradia's mission. Really? Yes. So she's the first priestess to walk the land. And in the making of her, she's not my child because I wasn't in the form to birth her, but she's our child. Really? I feel so much, not possession, I want to say ownership over this child because it was our spirits. We took our spirit and put it into her. Really? Yeah. It's like Mother Mary as well as Mary Magdalene. There was the certain women had to be in doctrine, or I'm seeing the Palladians. Not again. Um, they had to be coded differently. Realistically, yeah. Not we don't. There's Lilith and there's Eve. In all of time, all men are the same. Sorry, all men are the same. You have the same fucking programming. You all think alike. You can break that programming, you can change it, but you all are programmed alike. Women are either one or the other. Really? They're suburban or they're rebellious. That's it. Look at your sisters, look at your mothers. If you don't believe me, look at your wives, look at your daughters. I'm serious. And as to which ones, that can be identified even by the signs of which ones they are. Wolfman, a man that has fucked all signs. Do you want to point out which ones are the toxic ones? Go ahead. Well, I'll wait. He knows them. He's had them by the masses. He's attracted to them, or they're attracted to him. It's your shadows. Watch out, dude. I'll be fucking losers too. Fucking losers. Low vibrational. Really? I mean, moving on. Just saying. So that's what it is. So she is the energy of the first woman to spread the word, to spread the gospel. She was the first one to go out there and start teaching publicly magic as a commoner, because she wasn't royalty, she wasn't a goddess, she was just a woman. Really? Mm-hmm. Most of the other ones were taught, like you look at, and that's why I said all witches derive their powers from a source of me, which is the dark goddess, and especially the moon. So Diana was a form of the moon during a time that I wasn't Diana. She was just a source of the moon. And that's what it goes back to. God had blueprints. He had Adam and he had Lilith. And you're like, they were opposite. Not really, because Adam himself rebelled just as much. You can look back and there was similarities, just not magical similarities. He was cut off from that. Why? Because he didn't have the intuition, his feelings. He was all brute. Really? Yeah, that's how that was. So, anyways, there's that. And then there's Eve, who was created of Adam, which is woman. Really? Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a evolution of God. I'm going to try something new. This should be good. And we all sit there. Really? And just like her, as we watched her walk over and completely protect her from everything, same with me. That's what it means to be chosen. It's like, no. There's a big orb of no around me. It's a big orb of no. The answer is no from the universe. All right, let's go into it. Diana had many titles. One of her names in ancient Rome was Diva Transformis in heaven. She was the moon upon the earth. Diana and in Hades, Persephone. But often Diana was acknowledged the queen of the moon, and that's why I wasn't. You don't understand conscious. You don't understand soul. You believe the soul is singular, but it's not, and that's Jesus. Jesus is not one body. The whole body of Christ lives within each of us. He lives, a piece of him lives within us, right? So when we go into this, that's why she wasn't there. But in the same sense, I'm walking the same path as Persephone. This is, you know what I mean? We're fulfilling life contracts and split the conscious of goddess is split. Realistically, same as man and women, I suppose, if you think about it, because they kept having babies. Really? Yeah, now that you think about it, there's a good parallel to how it looks. Anyway, so let me explain this again. Let me slow it down. Diana had many titles. One of her names in ancient Rome was Diva Triformius. In heaven, she was the moon. Upon earth, Diana, and in Hades, Persephone. But often Diana was acknowledged the queen of the moon, and in this mythos, Aradia, her daughter, became the queen of witches on earth. Whilst Aradia started her earthly journey as a maiden, newly minted, she eventually grew into vast wisdom. What does that mean? She was already a teenage woman when she was made. She started life as a teenage woman in the body of a teenage woman. She did not birth. She wasn't birthed. Really? Mm-hmm. How's that? I can't even start. I tried to explain the how a body is made in the birthing of a child earlier. Really? The soul just needs a form, bro. God creates the form. So then it goes on here. Persephone's myth is a famous example of such story. See what I mean? We were walking parallel. In the myth, yup, and that why is this coming up? Because of me and Hades over there. Young Persephone, daughter of Demeter, is taken by Hades into the underworld to be his bride. Why is this coming up right now? Because it's time. This would have been when it happened. Really? Mm-hmm. And Demeter, my mother, wouldn't have, she's the grain holder. So that's what happened. She stopped tending to it. So it was a harsh summer, and that's what caused the famine. She spent the whole summer looking for me. Really? Mm-hmm. What does that look like? Have you seen Hercules when they tried to go look for him? They couldn't find him anywhere. Where was he? Really? Yeah. Yeah. And that's the whole thing. Anyways, is taken to Hades into the underworld to be his bride. Demeter seeks Persephone frantically, and when she can't find her, her grief turns the world into a cold and barren. Persephone in the meantime, learns much about her husband's domain and develops tender feelings for him. And that's the download I got. Really? It was a beautiful, I guess you would call it a castle. There's no way to call it the common room. And I walk in and it's covered with flowers and candles and it's just beautiful. He made it beautiful for me. And I just sat there in my dress and just sat on the floor and just laid there looking at the beautiful room. It was a beautiful moment. I did the whole invocation yesterday with the baptism, the return to the underworld. Really, I'm returning to my place. Even if he's not there, I have to go back home. Really? Mm-hmm. Anyways, let's see. Eventually, she strikes a bargain with Hades, and he is allowed to spend 6 months of the year with her mother in the world above. Ultimately, she realizes her marriage has transformed her from a maiden to a queen of her own domain and in her own right. In Aradia's time, the young woman was married and she had to give up her own family and move to the home of her husband's family. This could be quite frightening, especially if the new family lived some distance from her own family. And this was a custom, and it happened. Again, I was talking about it in my last video. When? About 15, 16, 14. Really? Yeah. Fuckheads. Fuckheads. Anyways, that was it. On page 77. Who got fucked like that? Marilyn Monroe. She was a Lilith. She didn't conform, bro. She was like one of the first to divorce. That's why she sits on the altar over there. She was one of the last to carry the Lilith, to wear the Lilith proudly, not skankly, but proudly. Really? She owned freedom. I believe she's a Leo. Leo soap opera. There you go. Really? Hey, there's another one that was fucking brothers. You fucked his brother? No. It's just saying. It's from my earlier video. Oh my God, Becky. All right, moving on. Oh, I went to reconciliation. We lost our page. Oh, are we reconciling our differences? This is really the page. This was all on this page. In Aradia's time, when a young woman got married, she had to give up. Yeah. Damn. They pulled my card, bro. I thought I turned the wrong page. It's still talking about it. Wow. If the customs of her husband's family were quite different from those she had known previously, something, something. However, the young married woman eventually creates a family of her own and becomes queen of her own home, just as her mother and as Persephone had to do. When we step out of childhood and become the queen of our own lives, we must take on responsibilities that accompany the new role: compassion, compromise, cooperation, justice, leadership, and wise rule. So we will govern well and fairly. I'm just totally blown away by this. There are many stories about evil queens in mythos. We must learn from the contrary example and take care of, I saw something, to take care to use your own powers for the good of all. I watched that Armenian guy again. I shared him yesterday, some Armenian. He's like, I'm doing the Iron Man. Also, what is it with the tarot guys and the Iron Man training? And his costs like $15,000. Are you putting that much money into a competition against another tarot reader? What if he beats you? Does this bother you that you're not? That's what I mean. You think that you're so. Oh, Lord, Hades. Oh, God. Mm. It's never too late to just change direction. I mean, seriously, you thought you were. I just. Oh, God. Anyways, anyways, anyways. I watched his video again, or he made this collective video, and he goes on and on. And then he starts talking about Jezebel. Jezebel was at this. And Jezebel was. Bitch, you didn't know Jezebel. You didn't know shit about Jezebel. Keep that bitch's name out your fucking mouth. Go ride your motorcycle, your little cycle. Stupid. Ugh, I can't stand that. You guys don't know shit about Jezebel. And just because everybody wanted to fuck her, you think that that's a bad thing. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. The real story of what Jezebel was killed for was not her sexual acts, nor more than fucking Mary Magdalene, you fucking cunt asses. Jesus Christ. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, but when she got married, it wasn't like it wasn't like some of the other goddesses. But in the sense of he was like, this is a whore energy, and this is a whore energy. But you don't even know. You read that in a book? You read that in a book? You don't even know shit about Jezebel. Keep the fucking gods out of your mouth that you don't know shit about. Who was Jezebel? She was the Phoenician queen. She was like myself. Really? She was the highest praying priestess and honored all deity. And then she fell in love with, oh God, here we go, the fucking king of Israel. And you know what I mean? And this is her tragic story. So she moves just like this. She moves to her husband's land and they try to conform her bitch ass. They tell her that they say that all these things, they totally tell her every terrible story. This was not the bitch of Troy. And even that, you tell the stories of the fucking, you know what I mean, of Helen of Troy, but it was Captain Save-A-Ho, bro. This bitch was in a terrible fucking marriage, bro, and hated it. She again, her same story was given to Menelaus when she was fucking 14. There's no one to come save you in those days. You're just his fucking property. And it's not like he loves you. He put you in a room, he gave you some friends and whatever you need and said he'll fuck you when he wants and you know, that's it. You'll eat together while he's out running the world and running through all the women in the castle. Oh, God, you guys know nothing about how it was. But, anyways, to say she was a fucking whore, it's exactly what you said about Mary Magdalene, because she wasn't in somebody's house, because she was out on the street. And that's exactly how they painted me in Mexico. They kept telling me I couldn't be out on the streets. I couldn't be out on the streets. I wasn't allowed to walk the streets by myself. I wasn't allowed to do that shit. Really? Fuck you, bitch. You stay inside the gates. Stay in your kitchen, bitch. Fucking Eve. Forever, men have been putting women in their place, which is nothing more than in their fucking palace to rot and die. Sorry. You know how babies are born? Sex. You know how many fucking women fucking Henry went through trying to just have a boy? He gave nothing, he gave no account to any part of life. He didn't give a shit about life. And that was the curse. It ended with him. No longer would there ever be a male heir because of what he did. And that's where the Queen Elizabeth started the whole chain of that. Fucking cunt ass. Cunt ass. He kept fucking destroying women, dude. He put men above women. And in the end, women ruled his country. You fucking cunt ass. Sorry, history's getting on my nerves right now. Seriously, men. Anyways, Hades. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, that hurt. I hurt for all the young women that ever. I hurt for myself. I hurt for women. Gross. Sorry. I'm like, anyways, moving on. You become a queen of your own castle. I went all deep. There are many stories about evil queens in mythos. We must learn from their contrary example, and take care to use our own powers for good, for the good of all. And that's the Empress. To get into the Empress, you have to be able to balance all that. And that's what I'm going into. I totally just did this is to restore myself as the Queen of Hell. And I'm supposed to, with the bee, with Hades, my horned god, I've accepted my reality as to what it is. So it's just confirmation. Really? Yeah. Um, I don't know. That story took me in, and that's it. It's like, ugh, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Don't ruin what God has made me to make me nothing more than your servant in your house. There's too much more to me, and there's too much more to these girls. It's God in the female form mostly, unless you, I don't know. Do you think your wife really like you guys like these suburban ass bitches, but do you think they like it? Or you just made them that way and they learned to just adapt in the fucking fishbowl you created for them? That's what happens, fellas. You let them out of that fishbowl, bro, and they go fucking wild. You keep them in, you know what I mean, on lockdown, and then they fucking, it's just not good. Realistically, women are vibrant, and I'm looking at Bridge Fit. Was she always such a boring bitch? Like she's just an Eve. Like God just made a boring ass Eve. Some of them are out there. That's all they've dreamt about is getting married and having kids and playing fucking June fucking Cleaver. They can't wait to bake you a casserole. It's in me. I want to cook for you and shit too, but I don't want to spend the rest of my life here, like in the fucking home. I don't know. That's a harsh one. Hestia is the same thing, the maiden. I have this oil. I use it all the time for sacred ceremonies. I pour it into the ground usually. I use it for a lot of my blends. I did not use it tonight. Nana, do you mind? Just tearing up my pillows. I went to Lilith again. What is it? It goes in alphabetical order. What are these? These are new goddess cards that I got, and they come with magic and all kinds of shit. Hey, I went to Demeter. Okay, hold on. Kelly, stop, I chill. They're showing me everyone I was. There it is, Hestia. Hearth and home. I am what's at the core, the indescribable, what is this? Indescribable, the elusive, the living presence that inhabits and transforms a building, a dwelling, an edifice, taking it from the realm of marble, stone, or wood, and with its hearth fire lit, making it a home. Mythology on page 82. What is it? Hestia is an ancient goddess that is invoked by simply lighting a fire in your hearth. She was central to civilization because she represented the center of the home, the community, the town, the city. No meals could be eaten without her, for she was the very fire that transformed the ingredients into nourishment. Conscripted into the Olympian pantheon, eldest goddess Hestia gave up her seat and went to tend to the hearth so the new god of ecstasy and wine, we read about this the other day. Dionysus, whatever, could be seated. Meaning of the card. Hes, what is this? Hestia has come to tend to the hearth fire in your life and tell you it's time to focus on home. Whether you are living alone with your family or your friends, it's time to make your home a priority. I've been doing that all weekend. Really? Yeah, I said it. I was doing Cinderella shit. I'd put it off all week. Perhaps you're living in a house that is not your home or with people that you don't want to live with. Perhaps your home is filled with so many others that you don't have space for your own. Perhaps your life is such a busy whirlwind that your dwelling is not your home, merely a place to change clothes and sleep. That's how my home was. Really, it wasn't my home. You would have never saw me just hanging out on the couch or in my room or No. Really? No. Now it's time to come home. Hestia says that the wholeness is nurtured when you learn to come home to yourself and then to create the appropriate physical manifestation, a home that will nurture you. Which is, I had said that earlier, it's my home to myself, coming into wholeness with myself. Really? It hasn't fully grounded, and that's what I said. It's manifesting right now. Really? And I described it too. I described it, it's like a pot of water and all the ingredients are boiling and she's the fire. Really? And that's why I said, I was talking about fire. I use fire for all. I'm a fire witch. Really? Mm-hmm. Find time and place where you will not be disturbed. Sit or lie comfortably with your spine straight and close your eyes. Focus your awareness on your toes and breathe into them. Allow yourself to feel present in your toes. How does that feel? Excuse me. Let me stop right here. She's about the, earth and home and hearth and all of that. So that's why, I use a lot of this when I'm out in nature and doing all of these super ceremonies and shit. That's why I place her into the land, her oil. I have a big bottle of it. It does not smell delicious. Well, this is not a delicious smell. My daughter was guided to get it. And go figure, you know what I mean, as the maiden. She's like, it smells good. She doesn't do a shit with it. I tried to she did a couple anointings on her third eye, but she did too much and it got into her eye and it burned and now she won't do it anymore. It happens sometimes. You have to be careful. Again, what does it feel like? Expand your awareness to include your legs and breathe. Check in with yourself and see how it feels. Continue expanding your awareness to include your pelvis, womb, abdomen, inner organs, and so on, until gradually you are firmly aware of your entire body. Take a deep breath into all parts of your body as you release it. Allow yourself to feel really present, at home in your body. Stop there. I told you, I just live in here. Really? I just live in this fucking body. I'd be listening to it, watching it, feeling, you know what I mean? I'm just in it. It's like Miss Fritz's fucking school bus. I just occupy inside of here. I don't live in my mind like you. I live in the body. Really outside of the mind. You want to have an out of mind, out of body experience? Take more deeply breaths, experiencing the sense of at homeness. This presence is your body. Take as much time as you need to savor the feeling. For women who need a home of their own. Damn, this goes back to the queen. Continue after coming home. Keep your eyes closed. See, sense, feel your ideal home. What does that look like? You're not at home? I don't feel like it's forever. No, I don't even feel like it's that long. I feel that's why I'm not even buying more furniture. Really? What does that mean? My destiny awaits me. What does that mean? I'll move up a notch or many. I can't see it until it is, but that's it. I already know better. I know better. I thought about it for, before I moved in. Oh, I'll get my taxes and I'll buy all this stuff. And I had shit in my carts and I was out, you know what I mean, rummaging and looking for everything I wanted to make this the perfect little home in my mind. But then I realized when I got here and I put everything in it, we have the perfect little home in my mind. I can make it more if I felt like I needed more, but I don't feel like I need more. And that's, call it minimalist, but I really don't feel like if there was more people, like if I was going to have company, okay, maybe. But I can't walk around my house and think that we need anything. My daughter doesn't want a TV in her room. We don't get together in the living room, so they take turns sitting on the couch. We don't need more plates or more dishes. I have every pan I need. Everything I need in my room. I have tables, I have my altar. There's lots of open space where I could take and decorate this and make it, spend forever making it a beautiful home. But I know that I will move from here. And when I move, I'm not going to take all that I'm not going to take any of that shit with me. That's the only thing I do know. When will that be? I don't know. But I know this isn't my forever home. This is just a stop on the way to my next greatness. From glory to glory, as God says. Really? If I was trying to impress you, right? Like if I invited you over, I might need to buy a couple things before you got here, but I don't. Which is really funny because I had spent so many years trying to build this home, my last home. And when Bobby came, I'm like, forgive my home. Because I still wasn't, it wasn't complete in my eyes. It still lacked. What did it lack? I don't know. But I wasn't content with what it was. I never let anyone in my home to begin with. Nobody, 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 nobody. A couple family members, but nobody came to my house. Nobody? No, absolutely not. I was really funny about that. So I don't know if I cared, but it's not a big deal. Like if you came to my house, I could totally, there's nothing that you need. If I felt like insecure that I didn't have enough for you, I don't have a coffee table. I don't I don't have all that I don't have lamps and shit like that. Like I could if I cared. But I'm like in this, if it ain't broke, if I don't need it, then why get it? And that was just, it wasn't like that, in the beginning, I'm like walking around, it's like, oh, I need this for my house and I need this for my house. I was thinking about decorating this, we have two bathrooms. So I call it the guest bathroom. And I'm like, who the fuck am I decorating for? Like, nobody gives a shit. What the fuck am I spending money for? Really? I didn't even start it, but I really was. I was thinking about all kinds of stuff, paintings to put on the wall and all this bullshit. Really? Who am I trying to impress? Are we literally gonna, look up and be like, wow, it's pretty in the walls? Like, it doesn't really fucking matter. Seriously, I just don't feel it. Mm-mm. I'm just sure of it. I'm not trying to manifest running away. I'm sure that soon my financial situation and my future will change, and that does come with a man. Realistically, I don't believe he's moving into my house with me. I believe we'll move in together somewhere. I don't believe so. Really? No. Men are controlling. They're not with that type shit. Really? No. You just gotta know. You already know. All my men already know. I'm not living with some bitch. She can live with me. It's kind of a pride thing. Unless you get these ghetto ass dudes that I keep finding. These fucking couch surfers. I don't even got a couch for you, bro. Sorry. You're gonna have to go. Sorry. Sorry. Really? Sorry. Unless you're sleeping in my bed, you're sleeping out on the streets. And you're probably likely not. I guess if I invited you in, that would be something on its own. Really? Just being honest. Anyways, it's telling you to create this home. In a particular estate or a cozy nest, whatever brings you pleasure and joy, create it for yourself. Do you need to build what is it? Do you need to build it brick by brick or just wave your magic wand? Does it sit amid formal English gardens, a field of wildflowers, acres of desert, or rocks and cliffs? Where do you see yourself living? I don't know. I'm living. I see myself traveling. I can't see myself like, this is my home. This is where we always come home to. Like, this is where home is. Home is where your heart is. Really? That could be kind of destructive to somebody that wants, just to create a stable home and they want to stay still. Stay still. I'll be back. I know where to find you. And that's why I be running circles around people. That's why I wanted my RV. Really? Yeah. I guess apparently that's not a way of life you're supposed to have, and you definitely can't have children like that. What the fuck you're talking about? Whatever. Really? Gave me ability to, make everywhere home. Create it according to what you need. It can always change if you want it to. This is your spirit home and your home away from home. Your place is to come, or your place to come to whenever you choose. If it is there for you when you need it, and it is there for you if you need it. Really? It sounds like a fairy tale land that you're trying to escape to. That's lovely. It's that fucking Married with Children, that episode where he takes a fucking staycation in his mind and he thinks he's fuck, bro. Just that's what I mean. You're stuck in a hell in a jail cell and you're escaping looking out the window. I'm seeing that movie Twilight where she spends 6 months just looking into the pits of her own feelings because Edward's gone. Maybe that's what Sophie was doing when she was stalking her boyfriend. Just staring. To my stalkers, what are you thinking while you're stalking me? You're not. You don't even see me. You're like in the pits of your own feelings. I'm not even there, bro. Seriously, didn't you see me leave the parking lot? Just kidding. Oh man. Really? Well, let's get back to letting go of it. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I can create a home, but it's like, what the fuck am I doing? Sounds like a waste of fucking space to me. I could do it if I thought I was gonna, this is my home and I can't wait to. This is my dwelling space until I get to my final destination. Where's that? I don't know. Have you seen the movie? I'm an idiot. Really? I don't care if you don't like me. I think I'm hilarious. I think I'm like a whole fucking clown. All right, let's put those away. Move on. Is any of this useful? I'm not sure. They're telling me I heard Hades again. Are you there? Seriously, where's this guy? I don't even want to know. He's out dating. He's out looking for pussy in the streets of San Diego. Sounds like my other. I know a couple guys out there doing that right now. Oh God, the clubs in San Diego suck. You should just cross the border and go to Tijuana and get in real trouble. You're like, how do you do that? Catch the trolley, bro. Seriously, just catch it, and it goes to fucking Tijuana, and then just follow the crowd. So you just follow and walk across the border. What do I do when I get there? You speak Spanish, right? Tell them you need a taxi to El Centro, and don't let them charge you more than $10. You don't want to walk it. Why? Because you never walked it before, and it'll be scary for you. Plus, there's that disgusting death smell over the Tijuana River. Does it smell like death? Human flesh? It's not something you want to smell before you drink and eat tacos. What do I do when I get there? You should be on Avenue, or what is it? Revolution, Avenue Revolution, and you go to town, buddy. Seriously, yeah, did that. This would be a first experience for you. I used to do that when I was like 15. You'll enjoy it. Girls Gone Wild. Time to release. Card number 4 links to the planet Uranus or Uranus. Why do you say Uranus? Uranus. Come on. Say it with me here. Look. I'm not an asshole. You are. You're an anus. Do you see how it says? How is that Uranus? It says your anus. Your anus. I could do this with flamingo too, you flamingo. What are you talking about? Flamingo is flaming. Oh. Are you listening, Aaron? They're like, it's Persephone. Persephone? Persephone. Shut up, bro. I don't give a shit what you call me. You call me the devil. Bow, bitch. Just bow. Shut up. You don't know shit. Really? Something like that. Anyways, the planet Uranus and the nature of change and adapting to unexpected events. It was at this moment I realized I do not have a Uranus oil. I had Neptune, but I can't find him, so I might need to go get some more oils. I just noticed all my oils are laying down. Why? I don't know. Aries, Beltane, and Cernunnos are laid out. What does that mean? I don't know. We laid them out. Hey, we crossed that off the list. All right, anyways. Its influence helps support whatever you're going through right now. Or it may be that you sense some change in the air. You feel that change is coming soon. I just told you. Letting go is appropriate for you now. You are asked, why do you hold on so tight and so hard to someone or something that has had its time? Wow. Ready to do shadow work, are we? Why do you still believe in this person, place, or thing? We did a cord cutting removal earlier for those things that you're having difficulty letting go of. You have to sit there and ask yourself this question, and you have to answer it to yourself. You don't have to answer to nobody but yourself. And you've got to be honest and write down the true quiet voice that's coming out of your head about this shit. It's not going to be something you want somebody to hear. Why are you still with this chick? Oh, because I don't want to be alone. Oh, because what if nobody loves me? Oh, because, you know what I mean? She has good pussy. Oh, because listen to those, dude. Write them down. And then you start deciding what's the best for you based on it. But you got to listen to the truth of why you're doing this. I asked last time I saw Bobby, I asked him, so what, you're just gonna, you know what I mean, stay in this lifestyle for like ever? And he's like, at least another year. I'm like, why? It's like, I don't know. I guess I like this suffering. Fine. That's your answer. Final answer. But the real question is why? Why are you? And the real answer is he doesn't. I'm just helping you answer your own questions. I know the answer to this, dipshit. Why are you staying here? Because he's afraid. He said that in the beginning. Fear is going to hold you down. And that's where I can have sympathy, but I kind of lose respect after a while for everybody. Why? Because I sit here every day fighting my own fears, crying through them, but pushing myself, crying like a little girl, but I push myself. And when somebody's sitting there in front of me and they can't push themselves, I push my way right past them. Because realistically, for you to stand next to me, you're going to have to be as strong as me. I have to fight my own fears. So you're going to have to be fighting your fears every day too to even be with a person like me. I'm pushing limits every day. Every day. If you can't even fight, you can't even push any of your limits because you're afraid of an outcome. You're afraid. I get it. But you can't let that stop you. Fuck around and find out. I'm afraid that, you know, if I leave this girl, then nobody's going to love me. Shut up. That's codependency and you know it. Sorry. You're afraid of how hard you're going to have to work to start over? So you'd rather be miserable than start over? That's not me. And that's it. It's like, I don't mind. It gets a little frustrating sometimes because I put my heart and soul into it. But if I can see that this isn't going to work, then I don't mind destroying it and starting over. I don't want to work at something that doesn't work. I want to work my hardest at something that will work. Really? I posted that earlier. I don't remember exactly what it was, but you can live in the fear of failure, of failing, or what you settled for. I don't know. I can't. I don't. I have sympathy because I know how scary it is to make decisions to quit your fucking job, to stand up to your lover, to walk away from your family, to, you know, stand in the face of fucking straight adversity and, you know what I mean, trembling, shaking in your hands because you don't know what's going to happen when you say this thing or do this thing. I've had so many of those. I do them all the time, but that's what makes me alive. I'm not going to let this thing kill me. I'm going to kill this fear. Letting go is appropriate for now. You were asked, why do you hold on so tight and hold on to someone or something that has had its time? Look at your hands. Are they clenched? Is your breath shallow? Your body tight from trying so hard to preserve for so long? I'm right here with that with Wolfman. It all led up to this weekend and well, he didn't show up. Really? He didn't accept the calling. And you could be like, well, you didn't make it any easier, neither did he. Whatever. That's it. And that's it. It's like, are you going to hold on to this? No. Are you going to keep pursuing this? No. I got, if that's all I got, then it's the same thing as every other twin flame. I got my healing. I got awakened. I restored my power. I'm walking away as the goddess of hell. If he didn't accept himself as the Dark Lord, through him I accepted myself as the Dark Goddess, and I reclaimed my sexuality. Really? Yeah. You're like, but you didn't have sex. It was the feeling, bro. It was the flow of energy that was never there before. Really? Yeah. So in the end, if that's all that mattered, and that's where I went back to those contracts. It's like, well, it was supposed to go this way, or something was supposed to happen. Well, am I going to take this to court and they're going to tell me that, well, it happened though, right? Did you get what you were supposed to out of this relationship? Yeah, I sure did. And that's where the contract will end. Really, the attraction will fade away. It's just made to be that way. I'm supposed to face myself in another. Yeah. Well, again, I mean, it just I can't explain it. I can tell you in sympathy why they do it, but anybody that's studied the twin flame journey, it's some fucking garbage on the masculine side. They're just absolute garbage. What is it? They can't tap into their feminine, so they're not able to give into this. We are feminine by nature, and even myself in a masculine, it killed me, but I couldn't not give into it. So that's the thing is the feminine energy makes you give into this relationship, but because they're so detached from their feminine energy, they're not going to give into it. It's not like they don't have the feelings, but their mind is stronger than their feelings, whereas mine wasn't. I could not put my mind over the feelings. Really? But after a while, after the contract's been satisfied, then the attraction, the feelings, the desire, it just kind of fades away. They just become a person in your story. Really? No. It's not like that constant, exchange of energy. It just starts to die down. I don't know. When you think of it that way, it looks like I'm an energy harvester because that's ultimately what happens. I take which is what you think is your grandest power and I take it away from you and reclaim my own. But all it was your feelings. Really? Your dark feelings is what was your power and I came and reclaimed it from you. And now you're left with no power. Really? Wolfman's powerless now. He was all powerful in his tarot. He was all powerful with the women until he met me and he realized he had no power and he tried to stand up in every way to show that he was still powerful. But in doing so, he just kept showing how powerful or powerless he was. And that's what God did to him with this Armenian fucking tarot reader. Did you see him? Some tarot reader. He's really funny. He's a really, and that's like, I'm like the only person that gets attracted to. Everyone else is watching 70 women tarot readers. I can't even listen to those stupid bitches. I listen to the dudes that are talking hella shit, talking about his dick chakra and shit like that. Anyways, but he says it. This guy is doing the Iron Man training, and he too is on his page posting pictures every day of 4 hours of fucking cycling, 6 hours of swimming, 2 hours of this. I'm drinking this. I'm eating. I'm like, oh God, we have another Lewis Hamilton on our hands, do we? Are you gonna pull the pants down so we can see the happy trail, see where it leads, and make us so excited on the possibility? while you're just sweating it in the gym, realistically. And that's it. He tries, it's like you're trying to establish yourself with what? Men? They're all the same. What makes you different? He was a really good tarot reader. Really? He was really good. I could see men actually watching him and not women. I can't tell if he's straight or not. He was spicy, as he said, you're spicy Armenian. I don't know. He was a cool dude. Seriously, we have a Leo, people. I said that too. I was like, I don't know a Leo. They're full of shit. Nope, well, we know one now. But that's what it is. It's like you thought you were so, and that was Russ. You think you're fucking. You think you're fucking the shit? Let me. Can I introduce you to the real Slim Shady? What the fuck are you talking about, bitch? Who the fuck are you talking to? You're just some fucking washed up fucking dude. Fucking dude. Realistically, yeah, they were all powerful, and that was Marshall. Marshall can never come back on the mic talking that shit again, bro. He could, but his conscious, Jiminy Cricket's gonna eat him alive. Bobby, every time he tries, they are fucked. Super fucked. Really? Well, yep. And what was it? It was their unhealed ways. I came and healed it in myself and literally took away their power and made it my own. Really? What do you think, big titties? I just need some titties to grab on, right, Russ? Come on. Let me wash your hair while we're at it. Really? Oh, it's been a fun ride. Seriously, yeah, he could. He could spend the rest of his life pulling tarot and fucking girls, but now he's all fucked up. He didn't realize that he was so unaware. That was Kanye. Oh man, was that an ego death? Kanye's like, what? Really? Yeah, Kanye, that's what they see you as. Kanye was like, oh shit, I need to get some get right in my life. Put down the candy and let the little boy go. Really? Yeah, that's what happened. Mike Stud? He was such a stud till I came into his life. Lewis? Oh, Lewis was on top of the world till I came in his life. That's what Bobby said. I don't want to get caught in the wake of all these men. What are you talking about? You're totally fucked off. You were the first one. Powerless. That's why I warned that guy. I warned him. I totally told him. And he thought about it too. And that's a good thing. You should think about this. Realistically, if you do this, every other girl after this is going to be a fail on your part. It'll be like that will be less satisfying forever. Bobby can fuck his wife forever. He can fuck any girl for he can go fuck them all, bro. But he'll always remember me. He's scarred for life. Really? There's not two of me out there. It has nothing to do with you finding a porn star or any of that shit. It's an energy. That's what I shared in the freaking in the comments. I mean in the community page. Really, I don't know. Hold on if you want. Hold on to your dick. Hold on to your job. Hold on to your pension. Hold on to your fucking pillowcase. Sorry. Oh man, hilarious. Anyways, look at your hands. Are they clenched? His palms are sweaty. His knees are sweaty. I know he's not connected. It's past his bedtime. Listen here, old man. I'll see you at the early bird special. Mr. Fucking Devil. I'm never gonna get that out of my head. Really? I used to do the flipping off thing all the time, but I think I'm gonna do the devil sign from now on. Really, when people give me ugly looks, I'm just gonna give it to them. Really? I'm just gonna give them the devil sign. I'm gonna wear this motherfucker, bro. If you think about it, it could be the sign of the horns, but it easily could be the sign of the crescent moon, which is that of the goddess. Really, if you think about it, if you think about it, think about it. Really, maybe it was always my sign. Sorry. Oh, these fucking twin flames. Seriously? I don't be sitting around thinking about, who's going to grow up hair and who isn't. Really? Not why mine are growing. I'm too busy watching the growth in my own pants story by yours. That is so funny. All right. What are you still doing awake? Eyes be frying under the full moons, bro. Seriously? I don't usually sleep under them. Moving on. Let's keep going. Let go. Letting go might apply to a mindset, behavior, or addictions. Truly anything that makes you feel heavy and troubled that is not serving you. Your attention is brought your attention is brought to this now. Archangel Metatron is here to help you realize that change happens all around us every day and that nothing is can ever stay the same. Oh, you sure want to keep the same schedule for the rest of your life. There is a time, hey dude, Mr. Plum, I've seen it. Mr. Plum's been on the same schedule since, I don't know, he was 29 years old because he's lived in that same town and there's not really anything going on. Really? How old is he? 70 some shit? You can do it. I've seen people do it. They like just live the same old boring ass life. Fine. But, just tell us what we're supposed to write on your obituary because that's really, we struggle to tell your life when you live a life like that. Okay? Just, make sure you write your obituary for us because we don't know how to talk about how great your life was when it wasn't great at all. Make America great again. Anyways, there is a time and a season for everything. Maybe you have enjoyed or savored what is now being asked to let go of. Now that there is a reason for everything, every experience we have in life, every person we meet, we learn and grow from it all. Some of you, it just might be time to put down the booze. You might not even be an alcoholic. You just might be like, this is wear and tear. At some point, it's always a good thing. That shit fucks up your fucking liver and among all things. Really? Your kidneys, all that, dude. I'm just saying, at any point, it's, I'm not, don't be all low vibrational and be smoking cigarettes and eating fast food because that's no way of life. All right, Liz Hamilton. Mm, I'm sorry, I guess I can't ask you for a lighter. Really? Get away from me. Like the tree that knows when the new season approaches, you are asked to prepare now for the change that is coming. Nature is our best teacher. The leaves that fall from the trees. I'm going to have a hot girl summer. What are you talking about? Really? All this good talk and shit? Just kidding. I'm the goddess of the moon, and I'm trying to get to Alaska and get the fuck away from this heat before it gets here. Really? I do not like it. Ugh. I was watching this documentary. I'm still in it. The Vatican girl. They were talking about how hot it was on that day. It was like hot. I was like, oh yeah, you guys don't have air conditioner. You don't have ice cubes either. I'm never going over there. Fuck that. Really? I gotta be honest, dude. San Diego, I lived there forever and I totally took for granted the beautiful weather. Really? It's fucking 65 and fucking breezy, like seriously, almost all the year round. It's really great to be on that in that weather. And then you get over and it's like hot. Was today hot? No, but it's going to. Summer's going to bring a heat wave like it always does. I'm just not with it. It's like even going down to like, beaches and shit like that. No, not if it's hot. Really? The East Coast beaches get cold in the winters, but they're just fucking gross and humid during the summers. Ew. I don't like the heat. Really? Mm-mm. I'd rather be curled up, nice and cool. I'm just saying, fucking hot girl summer, fucking bullshit. You don't see me much in the summer. Really? It's not, it's just, I don't like to sweat. I don't like any of that. And it gets like touching, so I don't know. It's just a fucking, I'm the goddess of the moon. I'm darkness, bro. No, I don't want to crisp under the fucking sunlight. Really? I don't know if I was ever a hot girl summer type bitch. Really? I don't think so. I mean, I like to go to the lakes and shit, but I'm not one of those, let me just go sit out in the sun and sunbathe. No, I might be able to do that for like 15 minutes on each side and I'm out of there because I don't want to sit and it's hot. Really? No, dude, during the summer I'm wearing like sweaters and shit to cover it because we're close to the sun. I don't want all that shit. And then I spent last summer's wasn't bad. The hotel I spent the whole summer like in the air conditioning, but before that it was horrible. It was horrible, bro. My biggest fear was to spend a summer in the South. Mr. Plum and I used to talk all the time about the weather because that's what we do. And he would just tell me how disgusting. I'm like, I don't know how the fuck you fucking live there. And I spent a summer there, and I was so proud of myself for making it through there. And just when I thought that was the worst of my life, I went to Arizona. What was wrong with Arizona? The sun. Oh God, it was the humidity in Oklahoma. I hated that. Coloradans, you know how great it is. As soon as that sun goes down, it gets fucking cold and you got to put a sweater on. Like it was cool and now it's fucking cold. It doesn't happen like that in the South. The sun, if it's a fucking 95 degrees at night, you're going to wake up and it's 95 degrees. There's no fresh air. We get fresh air all the time. Really, it gets cold around here at night. The temperature drops significantly, and that's because there's fresh air. We get fresh air. When you're sitting down there, I used to sit down there, and it was stale, just stale air that was just sitting there. Really? Yeah, I didn't like that. Arizona, it was the sun. As it moved across, it heated up the ground. But when I got to Arizona, it was like 119, and it was starting to move its way down. So it was like 121, 119, 115. I think the lowest it got was like 109, and by then we left. When I got up to Nevada, it was in the high 90s, but it wasn't that bad, and it started to come down. So when I left Nevada, it was like October, mid-October. It had dropped into the 80s, 70s, and it was beautiful. But nah, dude, that shit was just harsh, just hot, just sweaty. You just sweat. It's just sweaty. Like you go outside Florida, oh God, I don't like that. My lip sweats, my forehead sweats, the back of my hair, under my fucking my kneecaps. I don't like any of that. You know what I'm talking about? Fucking summer. Fuck off. Seriously. I'm not complaining. I promised not to do what I did last year. I refused. I was like, I'm gonna make it a cool summer. And when I did that, I messed with the weather, the flow of weather, and that shit shot off and fucking blew all over everybody else's face. Really, I'm not gonna do that again. But I was doing that in Oklahoma for a while. I pulled in the weather, but then it started flooding. Like it wouldn't stop flooding. Every time I did it, it started flooding. So I was like, oh, I gotta quit doing this. Really? Yeah, I don't really. I just need to go where the weather's good instead of just making good weather. It's kind of dangerous. Fucks with the whole thing. That's why I don't manipulate energy. Really, you can. But there's a serious effect to it. It affects everyone else when you pull energy around, when you mess with it. Just go with the flow. Really? What does that mean? If I'm in the ocean, right? And I decide I'm going to make the waves push us a certain way, and I decide I want these waves to push us fast, I'm creating waves, right? And they're good for us, but those waves are not just pushing us. Those waves are going to hit land another direction. We're changing the flow of water just so we can go in a different direction, so we can get in our direction faster. And it sends out ripples into other directions, which creates devastation. It's all energy. That's the best way I could describe it. Really? Yeah, I don't. You can. Witches do. They try to manipulate outcomes and energy, but it's not. I'm seeing Doctor Strange. No, it wasn't Doctor Strange. It was the End Game when they send Hulk to go get the time stone, and she's trying to show him if you take this out, it's going to create endless time loops. But you got to come back and put it back right there, meaning it has to stay where it is. Otherwise, again, if a dam breaks, the water gets everywhere. So as I was trying to force the cool energy to come to us where it normally doesn't, Oklahoma doesn't get that kind of weather. So when I pulled that fucking weather to them, they couldn't handle it. And while I was pulling it down, it was destroying the weather lines of where it normally flows. So when I got my breeze, it exploded and then it hit the east, because it still followed the weather line, which is Tornado Alley, and then it goes to the east. So then it was flooding all of the eastern states, all the southern eastern states, all the south. Yeah, that was me. I was just trying to stay cool and it wasn't cool and I stopped doing that stupid shit. Really? Yeah, and so fuck the summer. We need to go to higher altitude when it gets. And I think Canada sucks too. I think Canada gets real hot too. Really? Yup. We gotta go all the way, people. All the way. What are you gonna do? I don't know. I'm gonna get a fucking fishing job in fucking Alaska or something. Seriously? I don't know. Alaska Airlines. Maybe I'll work at the airlines. I'm serious, dude. Getting fucking hot. Can't stand it, just the thought of it. Have you ever been to New York? Oh God, it gets worse. Like the Carolinas? Oh God. Anywhere in Florida is just sweaty. Oh God. I can't do it. Chicago? Oh my God, bro. God, it's so sweaty. I can't stand humidity. I'm gonna die. Vegas, not so bad. But it does. It gets pretty hot. Fuck, I lived in Mojave too. That was pretty bad. Ooh. It gets colder than it gets hot. Really? It gets freezing in the deserts. Freezing. You wouldn't expect it, but it gets freezing in the deserts. Anyways, obviously, I've been all over this great land of America. America. It's time to move on. Maybe you have enjoyed or savored what you are now being asked to let go of. Know that there is a reason in every experience we have in life. Every person we meet, we learn to grow. We learn and grow from it all. Yeah, dude. That dude. I don't know who you were, but you changed my life, dude. Like, I don't know what brought us together and what all that was, that explosion that happened in the DMs. It went down in the DMs, bro, and it was like an explosion of life for me. I don't know if you just go around and, blowing up everybody's DMs like that. That was explosive. Go on with your bad self. Seriously? I mean, whoa. Like the tree that knows when a new season approaches, you are asked to prepare for the change that is coming. Nature is our best teacher. The leaves fall. Yeah, didn't I read all this? It's nature's way of, it's nature's way and our way of recycling and renewing for the next period of growth that wants to appear. Know too that letting go can be gentle, like a soft breeze answering your soul's calling to adapt and move on. Or it can be more forceful, like a storm that appears and wasn't prepared for and seems endlessly harsh. What's that? That Pluto retrograde that's about to hit everybody? Really? I think that's what my soul is preparing for. It's putting me in a position of power and authority, and it's preparing for something big. Really? Uh-huh. I can sense it because I'm stepping into, you know what I mean, the Morgan and into the dark goddess. I'm stepping into the queen's role. No longer the empress, but back into the queen's role. Really? Uh-huh. That's the planet of destruction. And as the Kali, I'm the goddess of destruction, but you pull on the Morgan, and that's the goddess of war. This is pretty big. And of course, the underworld, and that's Hades. So it's all being brought in together. Really? Does it bring in the guy? I don't think so. He's full of ego. He's an Iron Man with no heart, or a Tin Man. Let go with grace, gentleness. What you already know you have to, but realize that you are not being asked to do it alone. God did this to me along the way with the twin flames. They didn't understand it, but I tell them all the time, it's like you have no idea how hard it was to give in to you, to love you, to keep thinking that this was going to work, and to keep believing until God comes along one day and says, leave him alone. You got to leave him alone now. I've invested so much in this stupid idea that we were going to be together, and you're telling me to walk away from them now? What? That's what I told Ali. That's the hardest part. It's like it's I've learned how to open up, but it's the detachment is really difficult. You don't want to become emotionally attached to a person, place, or thing. It's very difficult to pull your emotions off of it. Your mind has already figured this out. Your mind realizes that you need to fucking move the fuck on, dipshit. And that's what I mean is like It would take about 3 days of Bobby ghosting me that I'd realize he's not coming back. And that feeling, dude, it's like the feeling of abandonment that would happen inside of me. I'd beg him not to do it before I'd see him. Please, just whatever you do, don't ghost me. That shit is just, don't run away. And he would just do it, and I would just sit there. In the beginning, I kept thinking I did something. What did I do to make you run away like this? What did I do? And after like a couple days, my mind would be like, all right, you got to move on. And my heart just was like, it just hurt so bad from it because I wanted to believe you wouldn't do this again. I'm sitting there in disbelief that this has happened again. And it's like, how come you didn't realize it? I don't know. I didn't catch on to the pattern until probably the 5th time. I didn't, I didn't, I didn't, I was so devastated when he did it in January. I was so, not this January, but like after the blowjob, I was like, I remember talking to Marshall and I was like, I wish I didn't even do that. I feel like I would have kept talking to him if I didn't do that. Really? It was devastating. And my mind's telling me, you got to move on. And my heart is just like, it can't come to terms with what just happened. Really? And that's where it is like, I don't want to do this again. You have no idea how hard it is to pick myself up after this. It's bullshit. And there's nothing he can ever tell me I'll ever believe that he won't do it again. Because that's all he's ever done. There's no way I will ever believe you again. After I've learned the truth and I've seen it play out over and over and over and over, and I know that no matter what, you're going to do this and I'm going to feel like this, no matter what we do means nothing anymore. This is the outcome. This is what always comes out of it. Always. Always. This is an infinite ending. It doesn't matter how it starts, this is how it ends. I'm not going to keep doing this because ultimately it does end and it ends terribly. The last time I saw him, out of nowhere, I was talking to him and he's like, he just happens to be nearby and he shows up and sees me. And we like kiss and hug. And then he's like, I'm going to call you on Friday. We can maybe get together. And he did it again. I would believe him. I would literally believe him that he was going to call me. And what would he do? I'd swear, worse, he would just leave me unseen. I'd keep sending him messages and he would just leave it unseen. He wouldn't say anything, like almost if he was waiting for me to start screaming at him or something. And then after a while, I'd just be like, damn, you've got to move on. And as pathetic as that sounds, there was something similar with each of my twin flames where it was like they just left me unseen and I had to just move on. It's what you got to do. Really? Yeah. And you saw, like, I posted it. I hit him up. I knew I was going to tell on him, so I sent him a message. And he's all, I can't wait to reconnect or some stupid shit. Like he was going to do it all over again. Let's do this again. Like it doesn't matter how you feel afterwards. I feel great. No, bro. I don't want to do this again. And that's exactly, and he played stupid. I was like, I'm going to tell on you about the affair. He's like, what affair? You have the wrong number. I'm dealing with a whole child here. Like a whole fucking child. And that's where it's so frustrating. It's like this was a feeling inside of me that I couldn't control, that you didn't deserve, that I had to give into to learn about myself. This had nothing to do with the fucking brain dead person on the other side. And this goes back to you, Wolfman. This is a feeling inside of me that I had to give into, that you didn't want. But I had to do this, crying and screaming and being angry that I don't want to get nowhere near this fucking guy. But I gave into it so that I could heal myself. And that's all I've ever gotten out of this and why I write the books about twin flames and how it actually works. But as far as this holy union, where are you? Where are you? Exactly. Exactly. You can't say you're not my twin flame because you're fucking exactly me. A powerless version at this point. That's like trying to say that Marshall Mathers isn't my twin flame. Here comes Tree. He's not your twin flame. Really? That's what you tell yourselves, right? Whatever helps you sleep at night, I suppose. Anyways, move on. It gets to a point where you just gotta fucking move on. You have to grow a pair and walk away. You have to just tell your heart to fuck off and just walk on. Realistically, I mean, seriously. And it's not even your heart. It's usually the opposite. Your heart's telling you to grow, you know what I mean? To let go. And your mind just won't because it just won't grow a pair. It just is too afraid or it just really wanted this to work. It won't accept that it's over. Period. It just is like, no, but I could make it work and no, I can make it work and no, I can make it work. We'll keep working at it. Spend the rest of your life working at hell. Really? Do they pay well for that? People have jobs in hell. They pay for this. Moloch, go take the pack. Really? I mean, seriously, go take their bags. That's all they're doing. Maybe they'll realize that they're living in hell if they don't have money. All right, moving on. Note too that letting go can be gentle, blah, blah, blah. Letting go with grace. Also be aware of the bountiful gifts that await your future when you close this door so another can open. Choosing this card may also imply you are being carried by Archangel Metatron through a period of grief. Am I grieving? No, maybe. I don't know. I think I'm pretty good at rejection at this point. I think I'm getting really good at it. I think that's the acceptance is being the full rejection. Really? Something Russ or Lucifer would never know anything about. It's just accepting your place outside of theirs. I'd rather stand tall in my own kingdom than be a fucking servant in yours. And that goes back to that vision of Groot and me building my own, being a queen of my own castle. In your world, I'm nothing. I have to compete for a place among bunk booty ass bitches that aren't even half of what I am. In my world, I'm a queen. And that's just how it is. I'm not trying to find a place in your world when God has already made me my own kingdom to rule over. I'm not fighting for the scraps among the commoners. You're just common people with the same common fucking perception. Call that mass consciousness. That the masses all think the same. You are. You're nine to fives. Hey, I had this download today when I was taking my baptism. What? You guys expect somebody else to put Jesus in your children's lives? You leave that responsibility to someone else. None of you raise your children on the words of Christ or any gods. You don't teach your children God. You take them to a church, if that, to have someone else touch them and tell them about God. Do you realize that? You leave that enormous responsibility to someone else. Your job is to make sure that they're connected to God, but you yourself aren't. And you hope that they're going to make it through this life without a connection to God. And if they find him, they're going to find him through where? One day they'll start going to church, something you never did with them. I'm not pushing people into churches, but at the same time, where are you supposed to get God? Why is your families not serving God? My children grew up in the church. Really? Was there all the time. All the time? All the time. Like 3 times a week, like Mr. Plum. I was there on Sunday church. I was there on Wednesday. And then they also had Some Saturdays they had women ministry, and then they had a 12-step program, I think, on Thursdays that I would attend. Really, just because I just liked being with the church. So I'd just sit with all of them. I was part of drugs and alcohol. Even if I wasn't, I was still able to sit in that conversation with everybody else that was struggling in the name of God. And then any of the functions. So my kids were babies, and we would just go. My friend from the church or the bus would pick us up, and we'd go all the time when they were first born. Really? Yeah. And then you hear them, they're not here presently, but they sat in every one of my teachings, every one of them, even if they didn't, and they were actively, if they weren't actively listening, they were still taking it in as subconscious, you know what I mean, information. It's still in the back of their head. It's like sitting in a lecture. You're not taking notes, but somewhere that shit's going into your head. Really? Yep, like song lyrics and shit. I got that download. It's like me and my house, we serve the Lord, but your families don't bring you to the Lord. Just something to consider. If you've never considered it, tomorrow's Sunday. Might, try checking out a church. Go in myself, see if I burst into flames like they say. Have you ever been in a church setting? They're pretty open. You just feel they're friendly to the face. You just feel condemned in the room. You feel judged. There's a definite judgment that happens. You know what I mean? Not right away. The more comfortable you get, the more they make you feel uncomfortable. Not at first. They really want you to feel comfortable around them. Just like any fucking relationship, I suppose. Choosing this card also may imply that you're being carried through a time of grief. Maybe you have lost a loved one. Maybe some of you did. I did a whole teaching on death earlier. Did you guys lose somebody? Do you need someone to talk to about it? Do you want me to teach you how to connect with them so they're not gone in your life? I can't teach you to see them, but I can teach you to sense them and to hear them. And when you work on that, then you'll start to see them. Really? But if you spend too much time on it, you're going to miss life. Ultimately, knowing that they're near you is always good, but you got to keep going. You can't spend all your time trying to connect with them instead of, you live life, they live life through you, with you. Really? Yeah. It's like, no, if I teach you, then you're going to be trying to do this 4 hours a day. You're like missing work because you can't wait to get home and connect with your wife that passed away. No, 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 no. That's not how that works. She's with you at work. She does not want you not to live your life. That's not how this works. Really? Mm-mm. Maybe you've lost a loved one, a person dear to you, or a pet. Maybe a change of circumstances has left you bear it, I guess. A relationship breakup or an empty nest. Know that the angels are with you now, bringing comfort and watching over you from afar. Be brave, breathe deep, and let go of what's no longer serving you today. I said that. I woke up with an ego death, and my whole ministry fell apart in my hands. Not really. It's just the idea of how I was going to build it fell apart. We'll come up with a new idea of how to do this. But for right now, no. Which means I don't really have a sense of direction. And when I don't have anywhere to go, I just stay still. And as the card said, I'll just work on my house. And there's plenty to do to keep it, you know what I mean? Seriously? Yeah. That's what I said. I'm just going to violently clean my house. That keeps me busy. Really? Yeah. I wish it was easy, like I could just, be extreme and be like, all right, well, I'm going to give this up now and go back to getting a job. I'm going to go back to work now. No, it's not that, but the mind thinks so. It's like, well, if you're not doing this, we got to find something to do. You got to put together your life now. And the mind tries to come up with a plan, but I don't know the plan yet. Those moments are really hard when it's an all stop. And I already started the week like that. It's been nothing. They just started painting pictures and erasing them. Is this an etch a sketch that we're using right now? Realistically, yeah. I have these visions and I go towards them, But then I can see, or either they fall apart, or I can see that it isn't going to work out. So we just kind of stop and start over. And I'm okay with that because it would be worse to go all the way to the end and feel failure and you know what I mean, to pull out before you realize it's not going to work. I have a I have a bittersweet, you know, comfort in it. Because, you know, in the beginning of the week, my daughter was like, what if nobody shows up? It's like, it doesn't matter as long as I show up, is what I said. Then I realized, no. And then I look back, it's like, if I would have done all that and nobody showed up, that would have been a much worse feeling. And I would have been sitting there wondering, why? What's wrong with me? How come I can't get people to come and meet God? And in the stop process, I found that answer before I had to experience that. Now I know. So I'm not going to do that again. Really? No, I mean, I'm open to gatherings and stuff, but I'm not going to try. And that's where the chasing is. I'm not going to try to build this. I'm going to just let it build itself. Really? Yeah. It People are very intrigued, but ultimately they're just scared. They're very scared. You know, that goes back to Mario when he saw my altar. He's like, I don't mess around. He's scared of the tarot. I remember being a Christian and when I got my first tarot and when I first went into the first witchcraft store in Manitou Springs, I was scared. I didn't know what I was doing. And I didn't know what any of this was. And it was my understanding that tarot was bad. It wasn't until I started learning every card that I realized there was nothing in there. The stories of the Bible are far more terrifying than anything in that book. Really? There's nothing scary in there. It's just telling us what we're going through. A little bit easier to navigate than the Bible, if you ask me. But all of that, when I got the Black Arts book, I was scared. I didn't know if it had like satanic rituals. I believed in the devil when I started this. I believed there was something that could get me. There was bad stuff out there. I'm not saying there isn't. I'm just saying, as the goddess of hell, none of that shit ever really fucked with me. I mean, there was a couple times there was some scary shit. Something tried to rape me. I remember waking up and naked and my door closed, and that was awkward because I never slept like that. I remember waking up one time and there was something on top of me. I couldn't see it, but I could feel it, and I couldn't get up. I felt like it was choking me. I couldn't get up. Really, there was those times. It was like once in a million, two in a million times that anything bad ever I experienced anything bad, and that was in the very, very, very beginning. And I was under a lot of magical attacks. Really? Oh yeah, a lot of magical attacks. So you know they could have got through because I wasn't spiritually strong back then. But as far as that, I get it. I didn't before. Like when this guy, like when he, like, you know what I mean, when he ghosted me, I realized, I was like, the first question is, well, what'd I do? And I could look at the messages and I scared him away. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, you shouldn't have said that. And I'm like, but it's the truth. Why shouldn't I didn't mean to scare you. I was just being honest. Really? Yeah. And that scared him away. It doesn't matter how bad he wanted to. He got scared. And I'm like, okay. And so throughout the weekend, you know, this discovery makes me understand. It gives more compassion. It's not that they don't want to meet you and they don't want to do stuff with you. They're scared for their fucking life. That's Bobby. I'm afraid I'll lose everything. The fuck are you talking about? I mean, he had something to actually be scared of, I suppose. Everything? No. Maybe. Whatever. He's had an actual fear, but the rest of you guys, what the fuck are you afraid of? And I posted that in my community page. It was super funny. It was Denzel Washington. It's like me trying to explain to my partner why I have to dance naked under the full moon to invoke the god energy. And it's like, all right, talk to me like I'm a 2 year old because I'm just not getting this. You're not. Why does it have to make sense to you? What makes me happy? Why does it have to be logical? And why does it have to be evil? In every scripture, you always found Lilith dancing naked in front of the fire. That is the whole reason that women ever started doing that, was because of me. And now I'm here and I want to do it, and I want someone to do it with me, and you're treating me like I'm a fucking freak. Really? I want to have ritual sex. I want to have this. Women do this stupid shit in their bedrooms all the time. You throw fucking petals and you light candles and you put on baby making music. I want to have this experience outside. And I couldn't even imagine, what music do we put on? Is there really a song we put on to make love to? That becomes our song. Isn't that? I don't even understand that. Realistically, not really. There's a lot of things I don't fucking understand. But really, it was just an expression of love that I was trying to have, of closeness, of a spiritual connection through sex. Really? Yeah, what the fuck is the problem here? I don't know. What were you trying to do? You were just trying to get an orgy? I mean, a fucking orgasm? I guaranteed you one, if not two. And I asked that. How many times can you go? Like, what happens if you blow fast? Can you get hard again? Realistically, I mean, these are serious questions here. I'm trying to have an experience. And somehow, that becomes terrifying. Oh yeah, but you're in the fucking club telling these girls how you know what I mean, you're gonna dick them down and you're gonna do that, you're gonna eat them out all night, and you're gonna do all these great things. But then here comes a bitch that says, sit in the chair and let me love you, and you're like freaked out. Shut up, bro. That goes back to Wolfman. You have no power. You only have power over powerless women. And as I stand here, as I look to you, it's like I only have power over powerless men, I suppose. Really? I guess. I don't know. Depends. I don't think I have power over anyone. No, I don't believe in that. God can't force us. He can give us all the inspiration and all the strength and all the veracity and all the belief in going after something. But our brain will be like, nope. It's a full win, but the brain will be like, nope. So, in the sense of, I can't force you because I know God can't. If God can't do something with you, what the fuck? Who am I? Who am I to change your mind? Who am I to change you? I can't change you. I can only change myself and show you how it's done. And maybe you'll use that, but I can't do shit with you. You're your own problem. And most of you, again, going back to Wolfman, he doesn't even see it. You guys don't even see it. Kanye started to see it. Marshall started to see it. Russ talks about it. He may have seen it, but he didn't do anything about it. He did a lot of interviews. He made a lot of songs talking about seeing himself for his true lack of worth. But he didn't do anything to build himself up. He just looked at himself as a worthless bastard. Really? Pretty much. And then he went back to his old ways. And that's the second degree. It's like you tried to be spiritual, but because it wasn't popular and it wasn't getting you anywhere, just like Kanye and his churches, you wanted to go back to your old way of life. And that was Wolfman. When I first met him, he had me very intrigued about him. He was talking about occult studies quite often. He was pretending to participate in moon ceremonies. He was going to spiritual locations. And then all of a sudden, he just became a fucking tourist that was taking pictures with random bitches and at nightclubs and was doing nothing. That's it. He just was a fuckboy. He became not spiritual at all. I promise you, in the beginning, he pulled out his books. He was showing that he was doing, he'd pull out his little stone and he has a burning bowl of his own. He would show that he was doing meditations and stuff like that. He showed that he was spiritual. I was super hooked on this. I was like bragging to my twin flames, look, dude, there's a fucking, look at this guy. Because I was trying to turn them into him. Well, into a version of what I had found in him. But I guess I just found him in a stage where he was just kind of toying with it. But he was really intrigued. He was really into it when I first met him. And then he just turned into being a traveling tarot show. He got on a motorcycle and was just, taking pictures with random bitches in each country he went and taking pictures of food. And he just became a Boy Scout to me. Really? And then as he was doing it, he was listening to my videos and regurgitating what I was teaching as if he had anything to stand on while he was riding around on his motorcycle. Oh, they teach you that on your motorcycle? Really? It was pretty upsetting. And, when I come to him and I'm like, nobody wants to have a relationship with you, dude. Literally, you fucked women all over this world, and every woman on your page just wants to fuck you. Nobody's going to feel, it doesn't matter, even myself, fully secure in who I am and that it doesn't matter who I am. I'm being honest about who you are. You're a fucking man whore. And you don't want to see it. You think it's cute. You think it's sexy, not to a woman that thought about having a future with you. Everywhere we go, there's going to be girls popping up that you fucked. Because you do, and you're not even selective about it. You get to a place and you just find the first one you can hit. What are you doing in San Diego right now? And that's what you do. You send out a notification. Oh, I'm coming to your town. Hit me up. There's no dudes hitting you up to hang out, bro. You're out there taking girls on dates and trying to get them in your bedroom. You're not looking for love. You're literally lusting. It's like I was looking for love when I found you. I thought you were going to be a man of an emperor. I thought you were a leader. I did not know you were a knight of wands. No, I did. And I accused you of it. And you're like, how dare you? Can you pull your wand out of the girls before you argue with me? Like, do you want to put the girl down before we have this argument? Can you tell your little girls to leave the room while we talk about this? Can you wipe your dick off before you start telling me that you're not a whore? Do you want to look at the pack of fucking condoms that you're carrying around at all times? Going back to the dude. I'm in the sex store and I'm buying myself lingerie and I send him a message. Do you have condoms? Because this occurs to me. I don't want to fucking have your baby. Right? You probably shouldn't be fucking if that was the case. But anyways, so I'm going to go buy condoms. And the dude's like, no, I got some. What do you think that made me think in my head? He's fucking. If he's got condoms, then he's fucking. He's already been fucking. He's prepared for fucking. He'd be fucking. Realistically, what are you, super bad? You're just keeping the one for, in hopes that you will one day. And that's where you get these men. It's like, I did not expect this. This is a man that has not touched pussy in a long time. He was absolutely not prepared. These guys that are running around with condoms, they're fucking. For sure, they're fucking. For sure, for sure. They're ready. They're ready. All they got to do is tear the strip. They're ready. Going back to that. So, I know you were pissed off at me, but I was pissed off because I thought, don't feel bad. I thought Russ could grow up and help me raise some teenagers and maybe be my friend and have babies with too. That's what I thought. Don't feel bad. I thought Allie I still believe Allie could be a great man and a great husband. So don't feel so bad. But when I got to you, no, bro. And that was myself. Not for the same terms, but it's like, okay, I can admit this is it because this is what brought me and Bobby together. Really? And that's what keeps us together. All we can do is offer each other a freaking one night stand. Can't offer each other a future. We can't have babies together. We're not going to have breakfast the next day. We're not going to be seeing each other just tonight. It's just for tonight. So as much as I was accusing you of it and how grossed out I was about it, I had to face that these are my own behaviors as well. A non-committal energy. And that goes back to my earlier video. You want to have kids? No. That's what makes me cry. I wanted to be selfish and never have kids again. But I understand that it's time to grow the fuck up and that God needs this from me and I could be a great parent. And that's just being selfish. No, I don't want to settle down. I don't want to I don't want to do all this stuff. I don't want to be that person. Having kids doesn't stop me from having an adventure. It's one of the greatest adventures. People believe that you have to keep your kids in this crazy. There's Bobby. You got to keep them in, this crazy fucking white American fucking neighborhood or fucking, fucking Bridge Fit and NF over there. Keep them on your little plantation, your little village, your little fucking, your little world. Really? Some stupid shit like that. But that's how it was with Wolfman. It's like I was really looking for someone to be, you know what I mean, that man. And I was excited about him because he had all the qualities, but then I realized, dude, this is a whole fuckboy. He just be fucking bitches like this is not a dude. And then it just didn't make no sense. Wait a minute, dude, you're literally using spirituality as a recruitment tool to fuck bitches, which makes you a spiritual fucking rapist. You're like using spirituality to get in bitches' panties with no intentions of loving them. You just want to fuck them. I was not going to go nowhere near you, bro. I mean, and then I took up the challenge. It's like, I'll fuck the shit out of you, and then you'll never be satisfied with another woman, and that'll teach you a lesson. And that was the lesson I taught Bobby. I saw him walking around with all these girls, and then he wanted to come and bother me. And he kept bothering me. All right, dude. All right. All right. All right, you want some? All right, I got you. And that was my attitude with that boy in the beginning. You think it's any different with any guy? I got you. I got you. You want to have a good time? I'll show you a fucking good time. Let's see if you can return the good time. Realistically, and that's what it is. It became a fucking challenge of pride. It's like I'll fuck the shit out of you, and then you're gonna be sitting there holding your fucking pillow, realizing that you just got fucked real hard. Like your dick is hurting. It hurts to piss because I fucked the shit out of you. No, that wasn't you, baby. That was me. Thank you for returning that favor, returning my energy back to me. Now you go ahead and go fuck the shit out of all these bitches and sit there holding your pillow at night when they're gone. This didn't end how I thought it would. It never does. But it always ends in my healing. And I already said it. Either you were my end or you were the last one that I had to deal with until I get to my end. Because the next one is the last one. I've gone through this. I've reclaimed myself. I don't need another broken version of myself to come in and teach me about myself anymore. I've seen all the broken versions of myself, and they're not fully healed, but I'm aware of them. And as they come to the surface, I can deal with them appropriately. And that's dealing with myself. I don't need to deal with broken versions of myself outside of myself with these broken men. A man that's not strong enough to deal with himself is no way strong enough to deal with me because I'm unpredictable. And you have to be strong when I'm weak. And I have my weak moments. I really do. And that's one thing that ended my marriage. I didn't have them much, but I realized that when I did, I couldn't lean on him. And I resented him for that. I hated him. It was all good until I needed him to be strong, which was very rare. But when I couldn't, I realized there was no reason I needed him because when I did need him, he wasn't there. And that has to do with emotional availability. What do you think I need you for? What do you think I'm going through that I'm weak? Do you think that it's my finances? Do you think that it's something like that? Or do you think it's something serious like I'm weak, I cannot, I'm hurting? If you're not emotionally available when I'm hurting, then you're not actually useful to me. And that's where it is. You're supposed to be strong when I'm weak, not me be strong all the time because you're a weak motherfucker. Around in my life, as I always had to wear the masculine energy with a bunch of fucking men in their dark feminine energy, all hurt on their feelings. I don't know why you do that, Wolfman. I don't know why you seek love through sex like that. And I learned that, between the two of you, between you and Bobby, that it is a thing. You can experience love through sex, but it's so fucking temporary. I don't know what your deal is. I don't know what your shadows are, whatever. But I mean, I told you in the beginning what brought me to you. I thought you were my emperor, but it turns out you're just a knight of wands. You need to work on that. And you got so fucking mad at me, and you blocked me, and you know what I mean, acted like I was an asshole. How dare me say such things? Because you couldn't hear the truth. Where are you at with that? Being selfish, ambitious, driven to fulfill your own needs, wants, and desires to build up your own pride and ego? What does the Iron Man competition do for a man like you? Does it look good on your resume in the sense that you'll ever get a job? Are you just going to read love tarot for the rest of your life? Wherever you go, it's just you. I know this. You may try to, you know what I mean, show everybody that you live a fantastic life, but you're just there. It's just you in a hotel with your computer and your cards and your mind and its thoughts. And when you're done, you'll go find a piece of ass to hit, and then it's back to you and your mind, your thoughts, your computer, and your tarot. I I'm just like I was made to feel bad because I'm always made to feel bad, or maybe I make myself feel bad that I can't make things work out. But when I step real far back, I'm like, good luck to anybody else that can. I say that fully with fucking so much confidence. You know what I mean? Going back to like Russ and Jonica, good luck, bitch. You can have him. You have him. You spend the rest of your fucking life trying to fix that man. I am fucking done. Really? Yeah. So going back to it, it's like I wasn't wrong. I may have said it to her. It may have came out hurtful. I was never wrong, and it doesn't make it all right because at first I believed. I waited. I prayed for something just like you. I thought you were what I prayed for. I was sure of it. So sure of it, I was afraid of it. Afraid for nothing. Afraid for nothing. I can go back to sitting there when God gave me that message on 11/11. And I was so mad. I was screaming at God and I was crying, please don't make me do this with him. Please. No, I won't do it. All right, granted, I didn't fully surrender to it, but I did send you the email and I did my best. I got on the best behavior I could to do this. I broke my pride. I broke my ego. I humbly fucking accepted this and was going to allow myself to be submissive and put you above myself. And that's all that was. If I could show I could do it for you, then it shows I can do it for a man because they don't believe that I can. And it's not about she's never going to listen, she's never going to do what I say. No, I'm not. But God's going to tell me how to treat you, and I'm going to do what God says. He's going to tell me not to say those things. He's going to tell me how to treat you so that we can be happy, even if I don't know how. And that should be a reassuring thought. He does things like that all the time with the kids. Really? I'll be in the store and I'll get an intuitional feeling to grab something. And then I'll get home and they'll be like, dude, I was just thinking about that. They didn't tell me. God heard them and God told me. I didn't know why I was getting it, but God knew what would make them happy and through me. Really? I learned how to shut up, how to calm down, how to be before you. I didn't respect men. It's not that you earned it, but it was a spiritual thing inside of me that was teaching me how to have respect for men. how to treat them differently. Really? And in that you should have learned how to treat women differently too. It was supposed to be an equal give and take. You were supposed to learn as much as I was learning and apply it to your life. Maybe you will, because sometimes it happens and it's like you guys catch, while I'm 2 steps ahead, you're barely catching on. I've seen Marshall do that before. Maybe you'll catch on, but not unless you're going to accept it, which is what? You're not as great as you think you are. And you have a lot of work to do. And you're always out there telling everyone that they have work to do, but you're not doing any of it, which is the fucking mental work. You keep yourself busy in the physical realm to show everyone that you're productive. Yeah, it doesn't look like you're doing much when you're sitting around like me meditating for fucking 5 to 7 hours a day. But the work that I do inside of my mind changes my outside. The work you do outside of you does nothing for your mind, just blows it up and makes you think you're better, or it'll tell you you're worse, depending on what you're doing. I don't know. It's just as, you know what I mean? I looked at Lewis and I was like, yeah, Lewis lives the fast lifestyle. He's got the right attitude. He's always on the run. He knows what it means to live on the road. He'll be fine with this. He could really fit into this. He's an entrepreneur. He's, you know what I mean, a humanitarian. He could really be this person in my life. Lewis was too fucking selfish and prideful to give up his life for a life of God. Russ is too busy trying to establish himself on the charts. He's not done. He's got to make it to the charts by the time he's 40, or he's going to end up like Marshall in his 50s. Nobody wanted to grow up. Nobody wanted to grow up. Nobody wants to grow up. They want to be, you know what I mean, old teenagers trying to establish themselves on the internet. I wasn't. I'm very astonished by my page. 3,000 followers, I don't know, 3,300 followers, and over 1 million views. And all I'm here doing is pouring out my heart to get you closer to God. I don't know if I'm entertainment for someone. I'm an entertainer. That's why people watch me, is because I'm entertainment. I mean, I am entertaining, but that's not what I did this for. This wasn't like my music where I was trying to get my face all over the place and make myself famous and, you know, you need to know me and all this shit. I was just trying to get out there and spread God's word and whoever would take it. I'm not trying to push it, but you guys are sure trying to push it. Trying to push yourself to, be famous, to be known, to be seen. It comes from your childhood. Not being seen, not being acknowledged, not being important. It's called self imposed importance. And because you can't put it on yourself, you're trying to build yourself amongst the people. Mr. Plum has a Mr. Plum's famous in Hugo, Oklahoma. You can't go anywhere with that guy without everyone waving and saying hi to him. He was nothing more than an educator. He just lived his life as a very kind man, and the impact he did made him famous. Everybody knows that man. They speak highly of him. His church even said it. They're like, we're not going to be able to hold your service here, as far as the maximum capacity when he dies. He said the same thing happened when his father died. The whole town came in. You're trying to make an impact on the internet, which is constantly refreshing. So you could be the number one today, but it's going to be a different person tomorrow. You can't hold that. But you could be number one in your own neighborhood, in your own home, in your own communities. You don't have to go out and build, you know what I mean, a legacy for yourself. Just walking an honest, true path is a legacy that most people don't do. You don't hear about great people that often. And it's not about, you know what I mean, them hitting the newspaper. You know what I mean? Them being on TMZ, them being, all over fucking whatever. They were just great people that people never forgot. That's all you need to be around here, is a great person that made a great impact. You don't have to get out there and be like, look at me. Or you could. It just gets old. The older we get, the more pathetic it is to see you out there begging like that. You're going to tell me that you're trying to build a business, but you're not. Trying to build an image for yourself. None of this is putting money in your pocket. You know it and I know it. You call it marketing, but that would be implying that you're making money off of this. You're just putting up posters of yourself all over. Really? That's not how this works. You're going to end up on a milk carton. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow for Sunday Fun Day. Oh, there's some comments. Let's see what we got here. Is this the channel where the lady said you'd be a better comedian? I could be a great comedian in hell. Could have been me. Let's see. Very difficult. What is? I don't know what you were referring to. Yeah, it was probably me. I make all kinds of stupid jokes. That's what I said earlier. I was like, I should have been a phone sex operator. Hello, my name is Peggy. It's not even a thing. It used to be. I was old. We used to have these things called the chat lines where you could call this number and they'd have all these rooms with a bunch of weird people breathing in the phone and talking. It was before they put us on the internet. And then they had them in internet chat rooms. Now we just have comments that people do that, where a bunch of people just get together and talk shit in the comments. But there used to be real voices, dude. People would really call. And then it would get busy and you'd like wait because you wanted to get in there and like, I don't know, just go through the rooms and hear people talking about stupid shit. Really? Where are we now? I saw Tinder and Grinder. That's where we're at, huh? Okay. I don't want to know. I know one of those is a dirty site. They both are. I had a Tinder profile. What would it say? The consort of evil. Looking for someone to have satanic ritual sex with under the full moon. Let's see how many swipes I get. I'm sure they want to swipe that ass. Everybody thinks it's a great idea until I show up with in my fucking cloak. They're like, hold on, lady. Hold on. Start making animal noises and shit. Just kidding. I don't know. I'm just seriously feeding off your fear because I know it scares you. Really? Everything about me does. Seriously, you guys scare me. Not really. You're just weird. What? I saw this guy squat to pee in the middle of the night one night. Never saw no shit like that before. He had 2 kids in his car when he did it. Really? Yeah. You ever seen a guy squat to pee? Me neither. I don't know why he squatted, why he didn't just stand tall and whip his dick out. I didn't even squat. If I've ever had to do it, I didn't even squat that low. Really? His balls was probably touching the ground. Maybe he was trying, I don't know what he was doing. But I can tell you the way he was doing it, he'd done this before. Yeah, I'm a comedian in hell for sure. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow for some Sunday Fun Day, God's Day type bullshit. Really? Laters, haters.